Hey everybody, this is Filter StarCraft. I'm back for episode number 6 of my Bronze to Master series. This particular episode covers Gold League gameplay. This will be me playing against other Gold Leaguers, and we'll see how I do. I'm going to try to use the lessons that I've taught before, so my Bronze, my Silver, and of course my Gold League lessons. That's the only style of play I'm going to do, which means, again, I'm not going to be taking a third or doing anything too fancy. I'm going to try to keep it really clean. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Reddit community. A gentleman over there called Neogenic made a post about me on there, and it gained a lot of attention really quickly. It was really cool to see my viewer count grow while I was editing another video. I ended up checking Reddit the next day and seeing myself on the hot page, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. So thanks to everybody that upvoted that and got me some extra attention. It's really cool to see a lot of people enjoying the videos, and there's a huge amount of positivity coming through it, which I think is probably the best part. I really enjoy just seeing lots of people enjoying the content and getting better, improving their own gameplay. That's probably the biggest payoff for me, to see everybody really just enjoying themselves and getting better at StarCraft. Last thing I want to touch on really quickly is just Diapollo and the videos he put out, as well as the fact that it was mentioned in the Reddit post. Even being compared to him is awesome. He's one of my favorite casters. I love the way he casts. He knows a ton about the game. He's a really good guy to listen to. I really enjoyed his videos. His videos were part of what inspired me to go ahead and make this series. So pretty cool to see some kind of comparison there. Definitely check his videos out. He's Diapollo on YouTube, really easy to find. He does some really good work, so definitely highly recommend his stuff. And just before we jump into the games, I want to mention one more thing. When I first started this series, I was expecting to get maybe 100 views a video. It's obviously far surpassed that. I think my channel's at about 10,000 views, which is really cool to me. I'm glad to see the support. I'm even more happy to just see everything being positive, people enjoying them. Really finding and getting a lot out of them. That's what's rewarding for me. That's really cool. I do want to say that going forward, I really want to keep this channel as regular content, so I want to provide regular content to the channel. However, I want to make sure that content all measures up to standard. It's all quality, so you won't be seeing any like 2-minute junk videos or anything like that off me. Everything's going to be clean, have a clear point, and there probably won't be anything coming out till after I finish all my series anyway. But I really appreciate the support. It's awesome. I'm really happy with the way things have been going. So thank you guys. Alright, we're gonna jump into the games here. You can see I'm still listed as Bronze League. I'm playing Gold League players now, so whatever. There's nothing I really do about the game not promoting me. You can see I got like 200 points on the guy below me. So whatever, not much I can do about it. So the first game I'm going to play is going to be against a Protoss player. Let's see how this goes. Make sure to wish him good luck, have fun. Looks like he beat me to it. That's always a good thing when people are friendly. One thing I've kind of noticed in a few of the comments is people are asking me, hey, I want to get tanks against Terran, or I feel like I need tanks against Zerg. The purpose of the build and the I hesitate to call it a build order because it's really not. But the purpose of playing like this and the purpose of trying to learn by just having really good fundamentals is that you can quickly branch out and doesn't really impact your gameplay at all. So in this particular game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for tanks, even though it's against Protoss, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to keep the same structure, same gas timings, all that stuff, let my build time itself out. But instead of getting a reactor on the factory immediately, I'm going to get a tech lab so I can start tank production. And that should be pretty awesome. The reason I'm going to do that is just again to show you that, hey, you can make an adjustment to the race you're playing against or style you want to play really easily, as long as you keep kind of the same core buildings. So in this situation, I'm not going to make any Marauders, so I'm just going to stick to Marines, and I'm going to grab tanks instead of my double starport. Or my reactor starport, sorry. There's the enemy probe. It's actually in my base really early. He probably scouted right after he made his 9 pylon. That's something you'll see a lot in the lower leagues. People will do stuff like that. Just getting a little bit of harass in there. Not too worried about it. I'm gonna have to pull that guy. Don't die. And we're gonna have to send somebody off. There we go. Let's finish that off. As you start to climb up the leagues, you're gonna see more people harass. Doesn't really matter. Still kind of got my barracks up at a decent time. I'm gonna have my orbital command delayed a little bit. And I have an SCB not working. Let's pull that guy back. But not a big deal. Shouldn't affect things too much. The one thing I do have to keep in mind is because my orbital has been delayed a little bit, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more, a little bit quicker at pulling an SCV to make the command center on the low ground. So let's pull that guy a little bit earlier than 85%. As you can see, timing's still gonna work out rather nicely. Still getting my natural down at the right time. Get that Marine started and my SCV started. Again, I just made an extra SCV in that time. I didn't lose one of the harass, although it happens sometimes. Nothing really changed on my build, or the way I'm playing. Still going for the same thing at about the same time. Just making sure I play solid as I can. Let's throw that bunker down. Got my 3 Marines, keep them at the front. And let's start our, sorry, I'm going to start my 2 barracks really quickly here. I have to delay it a little bit. That's not a big deal. And there we go. 2 barracks on the way. That'll give me my total of 3. Again, this command center was my second command center wasn't delayed, but my main one was. I'm gonna grab our double gas here. But the actual impact on it, nothing. I still have 5 Marines at the front like I usually do. I've got an idle SCV because apparently I didn't build that properly. And we're gonna grab some workers. Never grab the hurt worker to send your natural because it's not uncommon to have to pull. There we go. Start the orbital there. What I mean by pull is sometimes you have to pull SCVs. Doesn't really matter. But you don't want to have a hurt one at your natural if you're having to pull. Ends up bad. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep our Marine production going. And we got these 2 supply depots. Those supply depots are deceiving, but they're really, really important to get. There we go. Got my natural. It's now an orbital, and grab a tech lab because I still need to get my upgrades, regardless of the fact that I'm going to be going for tanks this time instead of Marauders and Marines. But I still need that tech lab because STEM is an extremely important upgrade. So keep all those guys in the front. Move a Marine off that guy, and let's get our factory down. So factory's going down. Get my extra supply depot. Can need an engineering base soon, and I need to grab this gas. So let's go ahead and grab that. Hotkey my factory, and let's get that engineering bay down. There we go.
Add-on complete. Not enough energy.
And there we go. Everything's looking good. Need to grab STEM, so grab STEM. Hotkey our engineering bay to 0. ENSP won't miss upgrades very often, especially when you're going for 2-2 and that kind of stuff. It's really nice to have your engineering bay on a hotkey. If it's not, it can be pretty tough. You need that supply depot. I'm not going to start anything here because I'm going to need to make a starport. Get a tech lab. Now I can start my +1.
Not enough energy.
Just make sure we hotkey that start. Again, you're seeing on my factory I have, oh, here we go. We're going to have to pull SCVs to hold this off. Actually, no we're not. Just pick off sentries first. And then start focus firing the stalkers. And start a siege tank. Skip siege mode because it's more important to grab that. And now I'm going to have to retreat and pull I have to pull my workers here. This is clearly a 4-gate, so unfortunately I had to pull the workers. And most of them went down there, but I'm going to have a tank and grab siege mode. And I'm actually going to pull these guys up to the high ground. See what he does. There we go, I got a tank now, so, and a medevac. This attack's gonna get held no problem. I'm taking a lot of SCV losses, but it doesn't really matter. Let's pull that guy, put him back in gas. Let's put that guy in gas. And then what I'm gonna do is transfer over. It's really important to do this transfer because if I need to pull SCVs again, I'm gonna have to pull them off, and we're gonna have to back off that because we're not holding that. Pull those SCVs again, get them attacking.
Research complete.
Alright, let's losing a few SCVs. Let's get the mule back to work. And let's pull more SCVs down. See, I'm trying to keep my SCV production constant even while I'm under pressure. I have siege tank upgrade now, so holding the rest of this push off now really easy. He's gonna try to target those siege tanks down. Not gonna matter.
Not enough.
I got my +1 attack too, so I'm in good shape. Grab combat shield.
Not enough.
Make sure I'm making workers. And he's going to continue with this attack here. It's really not a lot of point. He's pretty dead at this point. To have that many units that quickly, it's pretty clearly Forgate. I don't think we'll have an expansion. I'm not overly worried about it. So let's pull that tank down there. Let's get a better position with this tank. And money's starting to pile up, which means it's going to add in extra barracks. Supply depot here. Let's get more tanks.
Not enough minerals. Not enough energy.
Get everything in a hockey group. Still making workers. You can kind of see I've been beat up a little bit here, but here he comes. This is his next big push. Just targeting the tank down. That's awesome. And everything else is going to die, so go for it. And then let's just set our rally points, and let's go attack. So, in this particular situation, he's going to have a pylon around somewhere. Normally you would try to kill that pylon, but I'll look around for it. I'm not going to, because I'm not trying to scout. Just go ahead and throw the rally up there. Let's get some add-ons on there. Again, I'm supply blocking, that's bad. Actually severely weaken my push because of that. And we're going to push up here, and if he has an expansion, it's a late one. Alright. Yeah, see him just now expanding. And he leaves the game. So that particular circumstance, not having the Marauders actually hurt me a lot. That game you can see he's a Gold League player. Not having the Marauders hurt me a lot because he went for such a stalker heavy 4-gate type pressure. I wasn't able to get out and repair my bunker in time because his attack came. I actually thought I could hold it, so losing the bunker is kind of a big deal. But we're just going to take a quick poke at the replay here. See how we did dealing with that pressure. So I'm not too worried about my early game. You do want to check it if you're not confident that you're going to be fine. But it's fairly confident that I still played well in the early game there. So take a look. So if I had to come up here and scouted this, I would have not assumed it was any kind of 4-gate. It's actually kind of a bad one. Typically, you don't have those 3 pylons. It's not necessary. So there's this 4-gate. He has too many pylons. Like his 4-gate is very slow. Those pylons should all be basically at my base. This one should have been his 3rd pylon. So let's get 25 probes, double gas. It's a little bit more economic of a 4-gate. This is typical of what you see at lower leagues, where the build that they do is actually just kind of poor. It ends up hitting extremely hard because it is a little bit off, but if he had, for instance, gone Nexus first or something, he could have powered 6 gates behind this, or done this 4-gate at the same timing with a much better economy and a better follow-up. Not quite as all in. So this first attack, he force fields out my bunker, targets it down. There's no point. I couldn't repair it. I'm not too worried about that. So pick that off. Now this round of stalkers here. When I see that pull in, I'm short on Marines. I have 8 Marines to his 8 stalkers. That's why I pull up to the high ground when I see that. hopefully anyway. Lose pretty much every Marine on the way. And then I start engaging with SCVs against Stalkers. SCVs against Stalkers is okay. They actually do reasonably well. I do lose a bunch there, but it's not that big of a deal. It lets me hold off his pressure. You don't want to throw SCVs against Zealots though. SCVs die really easily to Zealots. So again, tank comes out, and we're going to wait till 10 minutes and just check to see where we were at. So at 10 minutes, 37 SCVs. I had 14 killed. That gives me a total of 51. So I kept my SCV production constant even though I was losing a whole bunch. That means despite all that damage he did, I still have way more SCVs and a way better economy than he does. My tech is also up. I have my first medevac out, my first tank out. Second tank's on the way, as well as siege mode. I didn't rush for siege mode, because it's not, if you have siege mode and no tanks, it's no good. So don't rush for it, but you can see my +1 is going to finish at 10:40, which is a really nice timing. Stim is 15-16 seconds away, so my stim's a little bit late. But again, this point, SCVs on Zealots, never good, but works out. Try not to pull your mules too. Mules don't do any damage when they attack, so there's no point pulling them. And that's game. I mean, I lose 23 workers, but still have 39, doesn't really matter. And again, I'm still producing. Workers is a big deal. So, and he leaves the game, and I'm up to 51 workers at 13:43. I had 23 killed, so that would have given me 74 workers. Not bad. The big thing about that game is you want to make sure you reproduce workers when you lose them. So don't just go up to 3 base, get your 65, 66 SCVs that you need. And then if 20 of them die, don't reproduce them. It's really important to keep reproducing SCVs if they do die. It's one of the biggest mistakes you'll see at all levels of play, where the game will get really intense, things will break down, maybe a main gets taken out, that kind of stuff, and you're going to see one person with 23, 24 workers, and they're not going to reproduce them. Your biggest strength as Terran is the fact that you get mules, so you can maintain an even economy and kind of mask that a little bit. If you do re-engage and get your worker count back up to 50 or 60 by the right timings, you're going to be in great shape. Especially in a situation like that where he just flat out stopped making workers and cut them in order to try to kill me. Alright, so the next game is going to be against the Zerg. For this particular game, we're going to do the exact same thing. Might try something a little bit different with our factory here, though. Let's see.
Not enough minerals.
Let's wish him good luck, have fun. Zerg on Metalopolis is really strong. I actually think I played this guy before, maybe? One of the games I was playing the other day. I don't know.
Not enough minerals.
See how it goes here.
What's going on?
One thing I did want to mention is just played so many games in the last couple of days trying to get this account up to gold. It's kind of been a pain. That being said, if you're following the techniques and you're kind of playing the right way, you're playing a really strong, hard, heavy macro style, you're going to win an absolute ton of games. And my spy depot was super late. That's not good. Alright. So, you notice my spy depot is going to be late, so I just threw it down there. We're going to check and see how much this affects me. Should make for an interesting game. Again, depot's really late. I'm going to lose out on at least one SCV there. In terms of production time, my barracks timing's not all that different. It's a little bit later, and not a big deal. So we're playing a Zerg on Metalopolis, and we'll see how it goes. One thing I do want to mention with stuff like that, if you download the replay packs when I release them, you're going to see me make quite a few mistakes in a lot of the games. The cool thing about a lot of those mistakes, though, is you just have to carry on. Just don't worry about it. Continue to play the way you want to play. Do your build. Mistakes happen. It's part of the game. Just keep producing workers here. And this barracks going to finish. We'll make another worker here. I don't want to cut a worker when I don't need to here. So again, that first depot out of position. Not the end of the world. Alright. Oh, not time to pull yet. So we'll see if he tries to do anything silly because I have a crappy wall. And he's gonna lose his drone to my marine. Oh. So great play there. It's rallying to the low ground here, even though I'm getting Zerg. If he goes to something stupidly aggressive, it's not gonna hurt me too bad. Alright. So we can throw this command center down. It's gonna come down 3:49. So my command center is about 4 seconds late. That was because I didn't pull my guy in time. It's completely my fault. I'm gonna finish my wall in now. And keep making marines, keep rallying down. And I'm gonna need a bunker. Now the way I'm gonna bunker in this particular position is throw the bunker there. That'll help protect my command center as well as my ramp. My marines will all stay in range if he tries to go up my ramp with whatever units. I can also close it off and I'll just lose a ton of stuff, so don't really care. Let's get that barracks down. And we can start our next barracks, so let's go ahead and do that. So up to my 3 barracks. Lower that depot so stuff can get by faster. And I'm going to be looking to add on my gas soon here. So let's go ahead and get our gas. Drop those guys in the bunker. Make sure my rally is good. I'm going to grab myself some 6 SCVs. Drop my mule. You drop the mule a little bit early because by the time that finishes, be done. And that's up. Got my orbital down at my natural. Everything's looking good. So that one little mistake early cost me by a few seconds on my natural. Not gonna hurt me. It would have been bad if he had a 6-pool or something like that, but other than that, it didn't really matter. Zergs typically don't 6-pool against Terran. I've had it happen to me. I've had it happen to me in Masters. I've had it happen to me in other leagues. Doesn't really matter. 6-pooling a Terran is just generally a bad idea. So let's start our add-ons here. And Tech Lab, reactor, there's your second reactor. You're gonna need those supply depots, so let's throw those down.
Not enough energy.
And I've got more than enough marines to defend. You know, any kind of real heavy roach play right now, I just repair that bunker. If you try to go up the ramp, whatever, repair that, hold it down. There's our factory. We're gonna be doing tanks this time, and let's grab that gas. Because I'm playing a Zerg, I'm gonna do tanks, so. Let's see, I need a extra supply depot, some marines, and stim pack. Next up is my engineering bay, and my natural's just about finished here, so. Go ahead and throw guys in gas there. Nice and easy. Trying to keep my barracks production consistent. And we're going to get a starport really quick here. Yeah. Main thing, SCB's most important unit. I'll cut a marine, I'll cut army if I have to, but I'm never going to cut an SCB. Start my +1. And I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 depots because they're going to be really important. And that was a mistake. Grab 4 guys and move them so they're all going to walk over here. Try to make a depot and then go back. There's some marines. That's done, so start the first siege tank. Start siege mode as well, and I should still have no trouble making my first medevac. Again, supply blocks, killers. It's just bad. I hate supply blocks like nothing else. See how we measure up here. First tank's gonna come out nicely. Tanks, you don't need them stupidly early. They're nice to get, but you don't need to get them really, really fast. Let's just make a bunch of marines here. Make sure these guys are making depots. And I thought I clicked stim, but apparently I didn't, so there's a big mistake.
Ready for dust off.
So no stim pack for this particular game. And we're going to see if we can overcome it. Again, you guys are going to make mistakes in your games. I make a lot of mistakes as well. It happens. There's all kinds of reasons for it to happen. So the big thing is don't get frustrated if you do. Just kind of roll with it. As long as you're not missing SCBs, you're going to be okay. That's really the most important thing. Alright, so we're going to move out here, because we're after 10 minutes. I'm not going to have stim pack, but I am going to have 2 siege tanks. Just about as good, so... Hopefully he's over there. I'm going to set my rally point over there. Set my rally to my other medevac, and start a new tank. See my money starting to pile up a little bit.
Upgrade complete.
So, get more depots, make sure production's constant.
Ready for dust off.
And looks like we found him. So, we're going to siege up over here. And he's trying to make a lot of spine crawlers. That many spine crawlers, usually a sign that he's going Mutalisk. Doesn't have anything to defend, so I'm not really worried. He's got a fast third there. And he left the game. So, I made a number of mistakes in that game, but it still worked out and absolutely crushed the guy. So, you can see he's a Gold League player. Again, mistakes, no big deal. He didn't really have any scouting on me for my attack, and my attack was still quite strong, so worked out really, really well. I'm going to do a third game because I've made... The first game was a 4-gate, the second game I made a couple of mistakes, so let's go ahead and jump into a third game here. Hopefully I can play a little bit better. So I'm still going to do tanks. I'm just trying to show off the versatility of the build. You can do either the bio play, where you skip the tanks, or you can get the tanks. So Tal'Darim Altar is a great map for tanks. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it here. Alright. There we go. Decent split. Good luck, have fun. And let's jump into it.
Not enough minerals.
Funnily enough, I usually play the games later on at night. I'm playing these games in the middle of the afternoon, and apparently I play better when I'm tired. But no big deal. So just keep making SCVs. Let's move on. Stuff like not having stim is a pretty big deal. If that was a higher league game and it was like a TBT or something and he had stim and combat shield and I didn't have either, I'd lose that game 9 times out of 10. However, there's nothing you can do if you make a mistake like that and you miss an upgrade, so you just have to roll with it. Don't lose your focus. Try to keep playing well, play strong, and hopefully you'll come out on top. The big thing is don't let it break you. Don't let it throw everything else completely off. I don't know what the exact stats for that video were yet because I don't have them in front of me. But when I do take a look after and watch the replay to make the video and kind of grab my work account and all that stuff, you're gonna find it should line up quite well with everything else I've been doing. So. Alright. Just keep making workers. Tal'Darim Altar is a really goofy map. There's like basically 0 point in walling off, so I started a wall. I'm not really gonna worry about finishing it. The only thing we get by, I guess, are Hellions. Not the biggest deal in the world. So the one thing about Tal'Darim is there's one spot where Reapers can come in your base, which is down here. So you want to be mindful of that. And there's the scouting SCV. So Wallen might have been nice, but nothing I can do. Just go ahead and rally the barracks to him. When he sneaks through your mineral line like that, don't try to kill it, generally. The only way you're ever going to kill that SCV is I try to stutter step badly. Oh, I'm going to get it. Oh, maybe not. The only time you're ever going to kill that SCV when he's doing that is if he makes a mistake. A lot of times he's just trying to bait you into pulling all your SCVs off. If you pull all your SCVs off and you lose 5-6 seconds of mining time, that can actually add up to a lot. So you want to be really careful and cautious of doing that. So next up we need another depot and we're going to need a bunker. Let's grab that SCV. Got my Marines ready to go. Go ahead and start a bunker. Again, Tal'Darim is a really funny map, so I'm going to start my bunker there. I'm actually going to pull it back a little bit. The reason I'm pulling it back again is I want the concave, so his units will have to be there, my units can spread out.
Not
Let's
enough
start our
minerals.
barracks. And he's looking good. Get those Marines in a hotkey. Gonna start my second barracks here because I have enough money for it.
Not enough minerals.
I still have no idea really where his SCV is based on the scout pattern he took, so a lot of times you can kind of tell if the SCV sneaks off that way. It's usually top left, we'll see. Looked like it, but I don't judge it. Let's grab our double gas here. Told her name's a big one, so start pulling my SCVs and drop my mule. Get all my barracks in a hotkey.
Not enough
You're gonna go through these slumpy little plays where you feel like you're not playing your best. Just fight through it, keep playing, keep enjoying yourself. Remember, it's a game, have some fun. Some of the higher leagues, I've won games where I felt like I've played really poorly. So it doesn't really matter too much.
Not enough minerals.
There we go. Yeah.
Upgrade. Not enough minerals.
There we go. Couple SCVs on the way.
Not
Get some
enough
Marines going.
minerals.
Alright, just gonna stop and get our reactors up. So let's go ahead and grab both of those.
Not enough minerals.
You can see money super low. Everything's feeling nice and refined.
Base is under attack.
Oh. We're gonna have to repair that bunker. Come on. There we go. So that was a really early attack. A bit of a rush. Let's get our factory down. And let's grab that.
Not enough minerals.
So it's pretty good reaction time on my part.
Add-on complete.
If I do feel like somebody is gonna really pressure me, make sure that's a Marauder. Let's grab that. If I do feel like somebody is going to do early pressure, so I scout and I see it, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just hotkey the SVs and my natural at 2. So if I do get attacked, I can quickly just hit 2 and right click my bunker. That's nice because then I'm not pulling mules. Most of the time you're not going to want to try to cut it too fine. So, alright. We're going to wait and throw down our starport. Get our engineering bay. We're on starport. Let's grab our tech lab here. He's most likely going to come back with another attack. I doubt he's going to try to expand behind that. Doesn't make sense. You can't, really. So,
Not enough minerals.
let's grab our depots. Double check. Yeah, I got stim this time. That's good.
Add-on.
Start a siege tank.
Additional. Not enough.
Supply block.
Additional supply
So,
depots
as you can
required.
see, not playing too well today, but
Additional supply depots
that's
required.
what it is.
Not enough energy.
Let's make sure we get 2 more depots started right away.
Not enough
Get our
minerals.
+1 started. Grab a medevac. Siege mode research is super fast, so you can kind of grab that when you have money for it. So 80 seconds, really easy to grab in time. Again, you made a fairly meaty attack. It really, at this point, totally useless. Doesn't matter. You're gonna need 2 more depots, so let's make sure we have those ready to go.
Not enough minerals.
There we go. And we get another tank.
Ready for dust.
So we're closing in on 100 food by 10 minutes again, despite his little attack. And we've got 1 tank. I'm gonna wait for my second tank before I attack here. 2 tanks is a good number. Some people like to attack at 4 or 3 or whatever.
Complete.
I find 2 is good,
Not enough
especially against
energy.
Terran. 2 is just enough to scare him off. Against Zerg, usually you might need a little bit more than that if your Marine count's not all that high. Alright, so start another tank. Start some more depots.
Ready for dust off.
And we got another medevac. So let's go attack him. I assume he's there, but I'm gonna double check around the map. I kind of saw his Marines stuff; they were all pulling back. So
Gonna give me orders? You want a piece of me, boy? This better be good.
hopefully he's over here anyway. I think he is trying to expand behind that. Let's grab a couple extra barracks.
Ready for dust off.
Is he over here? That'd be
Not
bad.
enough minerals.
Who wants some?
Here, friend. Here, friend.
Sure thing.
Upgrade.
Oh, he's down there. Alright. Oh. It's time to make our way down here.
You want a piece of me, boy? Been waiting on you.
Grab some more depots. You can see we're 12 minutes into the game and I'm at 140 food.
Research complete.
Pretty good. Combat shield just finished. I don't need conch shell.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Oh.
Coming through.
So, you now notice I'm coming. And what we're gonna do is get our tanks up there, grab all our marines, and really put the heat on him. He's probably gonna die to this attack despite having all those bunkers. Doesn't matter. So, here we go, that tank's down, he's got another in the background. Let's pick off that tank. Get his bunker down. There we go. Easy kill. Alright, so those are our Gold League games. Last guy was top silver, but the other two players were Gold League. Let's see what his match history and see what he's playing. Played a Terran called Wrecker. He was a Gold Leaguer. So that guy was playing Gold Leaguer, so that's about where my MMR is. Alright, so that wraps up episode number 6 of my Bronze to Master series. These were the Gold League games, so I was playing against Gold League level opponents. None of the games were particularly close, even though I did make quite a few mistakes in my games. Now, the two constants that kind of held me together, despite some of the things I was messing up and missing, were my food count remained extremely high. It was around 100 at the 10-minute mark, which is a really good number to go for. The other thing was I was able to continue my SCV production, so I was hitting that 50 SCV mark every single game. The one game where the guy 4-gates me, I lose a whole bunch of SCVs. Doesn't really matter, it doesn't impact on the game. I think by the end I lost like 23, and I still finished the game with over 50, even though it was a 13-minute game. So, pretty cool stuff. Now, with the next series of videos, I'm going to be diving into Platinum League concepts. I really believe that if you can master all the way up to the Platinum League videos, you're playing perfectly, you're playing extremely well, you're going to be able to play Diamond, you're going to be able to play Master no problem with just the core set of ideas. The Diamond League concepts and the Master League concepts are going to get a little bit more abstract. They're going to be cool, but if you can master the very basics all the way through the Platinum League, you're going to get into those leagues no problem, and you're going to have the learning capability to make changes you feel necessary in the way you're playing or your build or whatever. And you're going to be able to learn new builds really, really fast by just seeing, you know, okay, Marine King did this, so I can do that. Really, really easy. So the big concepts we're going to be looking at for our Platinum videos. The first thing about it, I guess, is I'm going to split the Platinum League into two parts, an A video and a B video. The reason I'm going to do that is I'm taking on two major concepts, but I feel like I can't leave them any later. I don't want to leave them till Diamond League. So I'm going to add both of them in the Platinum League, which does mean there needs to be two videos because they're both huge concepts. The first one I'm going to take a look at is scouting, and that's going to be how to scout your opponent, how to kind of figure out if he's going for a cheesy play or whatever. It's going to involve scouting, gaining proper map control, and just really basic core fundamental stuff. So nothing too fancy that you have to think about extremely hard, just really basic stuff like checking the gases and things like that. To really figure out and get a good read on what he's trying to do, and pick up on early pressure where you need to add extra bunkers. If you notice for all the games right now, not scouting, and it doesn't matter, I'm winning all the games. So once I start adding scouting in and I can be a little bit more prepared for some of this stuff, games are going to go a lot smoother. For instance, the game where I got 4-gated, even though it was kind of an off and iffy 4-gate, I don't know if I would have thrown up an extra bunker, but if he was doing a clean 4-gate, I would have been able to see that and throw up extra bunkers and be very safe. Really easy, no problem at all. So the scouting video is going to be quite long because there's a whole bunch of different things to cover, like scouting is natural and things like that, to find out if you really are getting all in or if he's just expanding behind it, or maybe he's doing some kind of fancy tech play you can take advantage of, that kind of stuff. So the scouting video is going to be one part. The second part is going to be taking a third and when to add that extra production. Taking a third is going to flow very naturally into the current style of play we have. You're going to have enough SCVs to saturate your third base at around 12 minutes. So you're going to have 3 saturated bases by 12 minutes. Taking a third's kind of complicated because you have to know how to defend it, the reason to take it, and that kind of stuff. So this could be a pretty cool video. I'm also going to be talking about adding production because Right now, if you notice when you're playing, as soon as you kind of pass over that 10-minute mark, your money really starts to pile up because you don't have the production to spend it all. We're going to talk about adding infrastructure, what type of buildings to add, where to get to kind of a base where you're comfortable with. So a base set of buildings, again, just another building group like the second series I made, that you're going to be aiming for when you get up to that third base. You can also differentiate it a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit more about getting your +2 upgrade, that kind of stuff. So should be a pretty cool set of videos. I'm going to do it in 2 parts. The other thing I'm going to do with the Platinum videos is when I actually go to play the games with the Platinum style, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have 2 videos for that too. With the first video, I'm just going to play against Platinum League opponents on my Zen account that you guys have been seeing me play. The second set of videos I'm going to play on my Masters account, and I'm going to just practice all the concepts up to the Platinum League concepts that we talked about. So that means I'm not going to be dropping all over the place or doing anything crazy against Master League players. I'm just going to try to beat them with straight up play, and we'll see how it goes. So this is Filter StarCraft. I'm signing off now, and I'll see you guys next time for the Platinum videos.